my whole idea of playing left-hand percussion on this side comes from Dennis. You know, I just practiced as many different things I could, freeing up my left hand while I could do the groove with my right hand. You know, one nation. But he would have like a whole bunch of percussion, like timbales, and you know, and that's what really made it sound like, you know, three guys, and it tripped me out. I was like, how is he doing this? You know, so I would just set up. My parents had a little conga drum, and I'd put it to the left of my drums, and mount a couple cowbells on cymbal stands like this, and just experiment with that. Just right hand. Whatever you want to get into and just have fun with that left hand. And then switch, you know, play the groove with your left hand. When I go to the ride, now I'm kind of keeping my left hand going on the hi-hat, so it kind of keeps that eighth note. That's still happening when I go to the ride now, or sometimes I'll even keep a 16th. That's what I'm kind of working on now, kind of just accents here, groove here, or groove with the right hand, accents with the left hand on this side. So there's all these fun things you could do inside the groove. You have a question? You good?
So when you're playing with like Lettucey on that track, Knockin', are you channeling like a new school zig kind of thing? I know you're
absolutely, 100%. Yeah, I played with this amazing singer, Lettucey. If you haven't heard her, check her out, Ledisi. And she's kind of like a young Shaka. She sang with Shaka a few times, and she's really got it. And we did a song called Knockin', and we actually wrote the song for her. It started off with just a jam with me and Eric Krasno, where guitar and drums were in the studio, and just came up with like a quick, you know, New Orleans vibe, Meters-esque feel, and it was just kind of a one groove all the way through. No pre-chorus, no bridge, no. It was just like one good feeling 4-bar thing, you know. And then she sang on it and created this whole song and became Knockin'. So that was absolutely 100% a Meters-esque thing. What's up? Anybody else? In the back?
I got a question for you. You called out 4 beats for reggae.
Yeah.
One was a stepper, one drop. The other one was it dub?
Yeah, dub, yeah, well, rockers.
And the fourth one was?
What was the fourth one? Oh yeah, well it's like, you know, I didn't get into it, but there's dance hall, which, you know, a lot of the times, you know, if you go to like, you know, Barbados, St. John, Virgin Islands, you know, that kind of thing where you know, the rim click is used as an accent, sort of like a cowbell, and I'll play the groove with my right hand. It's basically the New Orleans rhythm, but dropping one beat. So instead of, which is back to the, just the first two. So, again, it got simplified. The clave was dum, 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 dum. Then it went to dum, 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 dum. Then it went to dum, 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 dum. And then James just went dum. So it's like the evolution of the clave, obviously started in West Africa and became, in all these different styles of music, very prevalent, from go-go to New Orleans and yeah, that's in a nutshell where I'm trying to come from and what I pay attention to when I hear a groove, like to this new style of music called trap music or hip hop. And it's basically halftime, slow down go-go with as opposed to a triplet feel that has a 30-second no feel. Let's play 808 boom 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 boom. So basically, that's what you're hearing come out of the cars a lot, nowadays. It's all that, and that's based off the go-go pattern. It's just they flattened it. What I mean by flattened it is it becomes slower and instead of a triple feel on the hi-hat, is 30-second notes. And there's also a lot of roughs, like kind of snare drum, because a lot of the cats programming these dirty South beats or trap beats are snare drummers from universities down south, and they have a lot of the I don't really have snare drum chops like that, but some of these cats are real serious with their snare drum, and you watch on YouTube, I'm sure y'all see all those guys that are unbelievable. I'm always watching that. And so I feel like that's an extension of the Southern, marching band tradition into hip hop, and so I pay attention to that. Whenever I hear that come out, I'm like, oh, that's a new one, or that's a new pattern. So there's all these things that I'm filtering from machines to the kit all the time. Every time I hear a drum machine or any new hip hop song, I'm filtering it through my mind and how I can play it in the kit. Go ahead.
So, do you do that with